Hello.
Hey everybody! Thanks for joining us. We're going to have a special episode for you today with the studio. I'm Trisha.
I'm Herman.
And Sami, hi.
And this is Kitty. She's joining us, and we're excited to just have a talk with you about how life has been for us in Corona times, how to travel to Dahab if you're interested in visiting us soon, and kind of what we're hearing around town. So, Sammy, how's life been with Corona?
Life's been, in the beginning, a year ago, we had a full lockdown. The government closed everything down to stop it from the beginning.
Yeah.
So March 16th, we closed the flights to the country, all the traffic basically and tourism between the cities was closed, and everyone was urged to stay home, and restaurants were closed and the hotels were closed and everything just shut down.
The diving. Sad face.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
But it was the right thing to do.
Yeah.
I mean, we stopped it. And it was a hard 3 months to stay at home.
Yeah.
And do, deliveries only from shops, and restaurants were closed, so only takeaway and such. But it paid off. Because then when we started opening up slowly in the summer, we can go out.
Yeah.
And people are not getting sick. So we did the right thing. Dahab is a isolated small village. It's not like people would come through Dahab to go somewhere.
Right.
Yeah.
This is the end destination.
Yeah.
And then as soon as the test came available, everyone coming to the country is tested. So that seems to be the right way to go.
Yeah.
I mean, New Zealand did the same, Australia did the same, and look at them.
Yeah.
Basically, Egypt did the same too, but Cairo is a little bit more difficult to control with the flights.
Yeah, true.
Because there's passengers coming through Cairo airport and they're continuing, and that's always a challenge. That's the challenge that UK has. That's the challenge that other countries in Helsinki in Finland is having that same problem, because there's a lot of traffic going to China and back and forth. So controlling transit passengers is really difficult.
Yeah.
But we are an end destination.
Yeah.
This is really easy to control.
Yeah, plus Cairo is a lot bigger. There's like 16 million people-ish.
Yeah.
And I mean, compared to here, it's a lot smaller.
Yeah, we are 5,000 people, so it's pretty easy to catch here.
And at the beginning, we lived relatively like most people. I mean, we just had home improvement projects to do.
Yeah, a lot.
Painting kitchens and cleaning up, and like a lot of people, we just worked on our places, and we had a curfew. That was the other thing. So not only were things closed, but we had curfews, and so it was quite a adjustment for sure. Like all of you have had to go through, and it's been like interesting to now come out of it, and we've been monitoring the situation, and really we can say we don't know anyone personally at this point in time.
No.
We don't know of people. So, hey, let's welcome some more people into the couch.
There.
Hi,
Annette. Oh, and Kitty's
here as well.
She will give room.
Kitty.
So, everyone, this is Annet.
Hello.
You know her from all the other videos. And
Yeah.
Joseph's right here. He's coming in a minute. And, we're just talking about what it was at the beginning when we were having curfew and
Exactly.
staying
And how
home.
that was the right choice to do, like close
Definitely.
everything down and stop it before it comes here.
They were very much, on time. I mean, I think we're very lucky with how it was handled here.
Yeah.
Because that means, we have a relative amount of freedom now, which people in other places may not have. So,
I mean, the life is pretty much normal for us right now.
Yeah.
We go out and the restaurants are working on 50% capacity, which is enough for the amount of people that we have here.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of restaurants here, so it's not busy anywhere.
There's
It's
enough for
quite
everybody.
enjoyable.
Yeah, definitely.
And we're happy to have visitors. We're not afraid of visitors because we expect that you get tested before you come.
Yeah.
and therefore it's a little less scary for us for you to visit us. So we're happy to have you come and visit us. Obviously, it involves getting a corona test and coming over and then enjoying the outdoors, which
And I mean, the government made it also really easy for you. If you are arriving in Sharm or Hurghada or Taba airports, you will get tested there on arrival, and it's only $30. Like in Finland, it's 300 euros if you get tested for travel. So you don't have to do that to come here. You can actually get tested at the airport. Then you have to isolate yourself for 24 hours in your accommodation, whether it's a hotel or private place where you go. And they call you if you are positive. And then you will be isolating for 2 weeks before you can return to your home country. But if you're negative, 24 hours, out you go, diving, hiking, whatever you want.
Definitely.
I mean, we're still wearing masks on public transportation and
any place like that.
If it's a crowded place.
So if you'd arrive and you wear a mask in the airport and you wear a mask in the taxi and all the way here until you get the release to like, okay, you're negative.
And if we're in close quarters, some of our shops are smaller, so we'll put a mask on in the shop if we're really close. But you were saying about the outdoors.
I mean, I think that has made a real difference as well. I mean, in terms of having more freedom, because when you're outdoors, you don't have to worry as much. I mean, the same way that it was in Europe in the summer, people were just had a lot more mobility because of being able to be outdoors, and because we just don't have the number here because of being outdoors. That just makes it a lot safer, I think. Just the fact that you're not spending time indoors with a lot of people makes it a lot safer.
And I mean, it was really smart way that it was done here, because when we started opening in June, July, it was first 25% capacity, and everyone is disinfecting their hands, and everyone's fever was measured entering a hotel or a restaurant. And still from those, now we are at 50% capacity, and that's enough for the amount of people that we have here. But the hand sanitizers are in every restaurant, and masks are available everywhere.
And at the dive centers as well. All the dive centers, the dive center counter, they've been adjusted to have a barrier. So like either a heavy plastic hanging like a sheet or a plexiglass, so it's separating, so when you stand up to talk to somebody you're not too close. And there's lots of outdoor seating area. And yesterday when I arrived at the dive center, they took my temperature. So it's little things like that, little changes that we made that on one hand has really helped, and on the other hand, we have to say we're fortunate. We're lucky. The conditions we live in.
And actually, the government taking it like really, really strict. Like sometimes, if the drivers don't put the masks, or like any passenger with the driver don't put his mask, they would make him pay fine. Like for the passengers, it's 50 Egyptian pound, which is $7. For the driver, 3 or 4,000 Egyptian pound,
4,000,
which is about
that's a lot.
230.
230 US dollars.
That's a month's wage.
That's even more than month's wage for him.
Exactly.
So
they will like just get like really follow the rules. I mean, also in our hotel Lydia, when people arrive, we just like someone disinfect the bags, someone check their temperatures. They will come with their masks. We take the masks, put in the rubbish bin. They have new masks, and the rooms, after the people leave, the rooms get cleaned, disinfected, sheets cleaned, like everything is disinfected, and it's like and I think it's not only us doing this. I think most of the hotel does the same thing.
We just stayed at the Meridian, and as well, everything was like really disinfected. They even at every time you went to sit for a meal, they had hand sanitizing gel like packets for you. So, and it's nice because I feel like we're taking our small town even more awareness. This is good for life, to wash our hands and just be a little more cautious.
Yeah,
for sure.
for sure.
And then, if someone is wondering, Finland, for example, requires a test result that is done 72 hours before your flight to arrive to Finland. It is really easy here. You go to the local government hospital, you have copies of your passport, you have copies of your ticket, and you pay £1,000, which is about 55 euros for the test, and they make the test for you, which is international English test result with the stamp with the date on it, and you can fly back to your country. Some countries require this, so it is easy to do here.
Yeah, I think in Sharm it's even less for tourists. Like the price is lower for if you're on a tourist visa.
Yeah, Sharm it's only £460, but you have to go to Sharm, and the taxi is £500.
For visitors here,
But people. You can get it now from here. It's Dr. Ibrahim. We have his phone number. It's really easy. I talked with a couple of our friends who did it, and they all tell basically the same story. It's really, you call him, you tell him when is your flight, and he tells you what time and when you need to come to the hospital, and they make the test.
Yeah.
And then the next day or 2 days later you get the result. Sometimes they get it next day, sometimes it takes 2 days because they send it to El Tour. Sometimes it comes back already the next day, depending on the courier timing.
Right.
But he knows when that goes, so he tells you exactly when.
Yeah. So what are we hearing about rapid tests? Have you heard if we're going to get those here? Some countries.
Not here yet, but apparently in Cairo airport you can get the rapid test now. Like Dutchland there.
Yeah, the Dutchies. Also in Istanbul, I think, because a lot of people, fly through Istanbul now to get to Europe. So if you're going back to the Netherlands, then you can get the rapid test in Istanbul. So you can get your PCR here, then the rapid test in Istanbul before you board the flight to Europe, and then you're good to go.
Yes, and that's another option for Finnish people, because if you pick your flight, you come mostly to Sharm with Turkish Airlines. So make your return flight so that you have 8 hours between the flights, and you can make the PCR test with $30 in Istanbul airport. All of the airports. It doesn't matter where you land.
Yeah. And you can
and the result is in 5 hours.
Yeah.
It's on the arrival hall. When you come to arrival hall, there is big signs telling you where the PCR test for COVID-19 is. Really easy.
Yeah, we traveled. We all went together for our visa run for Istanbul, and it was very organized actually. I mean, we got it done. It was at that time they weren't doing the rapid test yet. Now it's
just PCR.
So if your country requires it, that's definitely an option. And I don't know if you are aware, but Turkey has some of the most flights going through it. So they're quite organized.
And they're pretty reliable. I mean, Pegasus, those are all pretty reliable in terms of like they're actually going to fly. Like they're going to fly because others.
They're still working the whole time.
But they have a lot of destinations. Very easy.
With Turkish you can pretty much get everywhere in the world right now. So that's a good option.
Yeah.
And for divers, if you are coming to Dahab with Turkish, you are allowed to get 30 kilos of dive gear for free as an extra luggage.
Oh,
and divers, you know how important this is.
Yes.
And
dive gear, Sammy.
Well, my dive gear. Please, Turkish Airlines people, don't watch this. My dive gear is normally bacon, coffee.
Yes. Please bring us goodies if you come to visit us. We have a list. It's ready to go. We haven't traveled in a while.
We'd be very grateful.
So why don't you want to travel away from Dahab right now? Like, what's the feeling that you have?
I would feel like if I would go to the Netherlands now, I would be really stuck inside, because of the weather, because no restaurants are open, none of the places you would go to A lot of shops aren't open. I mean, it's just very restricted at the moment in Europe. So
there's a little
you can't go anywhere.
There's a little bit of snow in Holland.
Oh, there's a little bit of snow.
Yeah,
there's
a lot of storm yesterday.
And it's gonna freeze for the next week. So
yeah, my nephews are building an igloo.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that's really cool.
They're loving it, obviously.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
In Finland, it's going to be the coldest week of this.
Oh, sorry.
Coldest week of this winter. So have fun.
We're having cat attacks over here in the corner.
Oh, Petey.
So there's the next question. I think we have a few more points we definitely should cover, but one of them is, do we have visitors right now?
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, we do.
We
do
definitely
from
do.
different countries. We have Russians, we have Egyptian. I mean, a lot of Egyptian because the half-year gap now, so we have a lot of Egyptian coming to Dahab.
Yeah.
From Cairo, Alexandria, all over Egypt, and we have few English Canadians.
I've actually met several
South Americans.
Let's say
I have a Finnish couple coming for coffee tomorrow afternoon.
Right.
That have been here for a couple of weeks already. I just found out.
Let's say mostly people has been into Dahab and they know how Dahab look like. And
plus, you're working with several Germans.
I'm helping out on an IDC, and there's we have Germans, people from Germany. We have someone from the Ukraine. So there are visitors, and we're enjoying so much you guys coming and visiting.
Plus
I mean, Dahab's definitely lively.
And people trying to get away from COVID. Like I met two guys on the street from the UK who came here also a few weeks ago just to get away because they had no work and they were rather wanted to spend here doing something.
And plus, there are people who kind of spent their life or their younger years traveling, and now they're like, hey, Dahab looks like a good place to spend a couple of months. They're not going to like Thailand or places like that.
To go back to your question, that what we feel about traveling away from Dahab. I actually feel safer here.
Yeah, I do
too. Guys, I feel a lot safer right here.
Yeah.
That's just how it is.
Yeah. There is a sense of security that we have. I mean, hopefully that continues. I mean, we know we've been fortunate, but I do too. I feel I'd rather be here than visit California right now.
Plus, I want to add, actually, Dahab, we think that it hit pretty early. When it all started in March for most countries. In the December before that, there were some people having weird symptoms and going to the doctor, and nobody knew what was going on. And then later we found out,
it might have been that.
We think that might have been that. So maybe we already built up some immunity and.
Hopefully that's possible.
And I mean, we also, I wouldn't be surprised if we would have even more of this kind of corona tourism. People come here because they know that it's safe here. And you can be out. The weather is fantastic.
Exactly.
And you can go diving and you can go hiking and you can go to restaurant and you don't have to worry. So I mean, I have people contacting me that asking do you have bigger places to stay because we want to come the whole family. Because the kids can do their school from here. We have reliable internet, reasonably reliable internet. My internet has been, or our internet has been not working maybe 2 hours this year.
But your internet is special.
But it's achievable. It's something that anyone can get. And it's not that expensive to get. If you think European prices, it's not that expensive to get a proper internet here.
Yeah, for sure. And then it's easy to distance here. You can pretty much walk anywhere. You don't have to get onto a public transport. You just are outside and in the restaurants. There's enough space to distance and
plenty of beach.
absolutely.
Lots of mountains.
Yeah. You can put your feet.
Kitty. Yeah, so it's easy here. It's much more relaxed. It's just a lot more. Yeah. It's just
what other points
easier.
did you have in mind?
How are the hospitals doing? What do we know about?
Empty.
As far as we know,
Absolutely empty. I talked to one of the guys working in the local hospital, and he said they have 0 cases.
Nothing.
In
Same
Dahab.
information.
Yeah. In Dahab, there is
no cases.
And we know
we still do the precautions,
here.
but
we know that. I mean, we know the people here. We can ask them. We would know if that was.
I mean, Dahab is such a small place. If there is one case, everyone will know
we'll
about
know
it.
right away.
And if there is one case, will affect everyone because, like, we ride the same cars, we do the same thing. So we have nothing, and I hope that stays that way. Like,
and that's the other thing. It's a hope. I mean, we don't think we're better than anyone. We just know that, you know, this is the situation now, and we're really thankful for it, and we're enjoying the outdoor space. And basically the only time I'm ever inside is in these moments, and the door is open, guys. So we're really just never cooped up inside. I mean, and so we're really thankful for that.
And now Egypt is starting to manufacture the Chinese vaccine next month, and it's made very, very affordable. Like very affordable. We're talking about €5 for us to get the vaccine.
I mean, for Egyptians, they
give it for free, but we have to pay €5 for it.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
I can do that.
So what do we know about vaccines for us then here, for those of us who live here?
I haven't really heard that much about that yet. I know they're starting to vaccinate healthcare workers like everywhere else, basically, starting with those who are really in contact with the corona cases in the bigger hospitals in Cairo. But that's about all I know. I don't know whether you know anything more about.
No,
should start
with the medical people vaccinate the medical people who are in touch with the cases directly, and then I don't know how is it in Cairo. We just hear from the news it's very low, but I really don't know how the situation, because
I mean, just think about it. We have 100 million people living in Egypt, and yesterday we had 535 cases in the whole country. So Finland has 5 million people on it, and they had 350 cases yesterday. Just to compare.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and the Netherlands has had about 4,000 cases.
We've done the right things here,
a day,
and we keep doing it.
When it was at its height. Definitely a lot more.
I think the government here did a good job to.
The full closure from March, that was such a good thing.
Lockdown.
It stopped it. Yes, it was hard on people and their income for a while.
It was very hard.
But it was the right thing to do, and now it's all coming back.
And I feel that that's one of the things is, we're all wondering about these lockdowns. In Egypt, we live in a community where people don't have office jobs. A lot of people. I mean, if we think of our local Egyptian friends, in order to work, to eat, they need to go and work. So many of the construction or those types of jobs, I mean, we needed to make a serious change immediately in order to have that go on, because we don't have a huge workforce here in Dahab that can just work from home.
No.
I mean, we're talking about dive guides and taxi drivers and restaurants and tour guides and
shop people.
Exactly. So this is a serious thing for this community for sure.
They have to be out.
They need to be out. They need to earn their money that way, and it's quite a weekly basis. They need to buy their groceries on a weekly basis.
And then people who work here, there are a lot of people who are dependent on these people.
They send money back home. So this is because this is a tourist destination. Many people come from Upper Egypt, or they come from other parts in the Delta. And they work here and they send money back to their family. So it's very important for them to be able to be out and continue.
Yeah.
And it has been hard. I think it's hit that community the hardest,
Absolutely. Yeah.
And so we're really hoping for that continued feeling of stability here and to keep getting visitors and doing it the right way, because it's the only way to support our economy. We don't really have a second choice,
Yeah. And people don't have a lot of buffer. They have to sort of make their money now, otherwise they can't last for another 2 weeks or so. Yeah. I mean, people have been generous.
By all means, this is surprisingly in a way, but it kind of feels like this is the busiest February in Dahab.
It has been
ever.
It has been.
Yeah.
I'm so busy.
Right
it's
now,
so
it's
true.
busy. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It is, yeah.
But I'm sure it's
that's a good thing.
People are tired of
good thing.
the cold, and they're tired of being in their apartment and seeing the four walls. And there's nothing like getting underwater or going for a walk on the beach or going for a hike in the mountains to heal your soul.
Absolutely.
And meet people in the night,
Yeah.
So in Finland next week, when the temperature hits -25, we are exactly the same, but we have a plus
during the day. Yeah, sorry.
Also in the sea, just saying.
That's not to tease you. That's to tell you, come over.
Just saying, like, if you can, and maybe you can, do a bit of work from home for a while, then.
Come and get some sun and soothe the soul. And
There's a massive digital nomad community in Dahab, and they exchange information. I'm also on that group, and it's interesting. It's bigger than ever before. There's more people here now working online.
Absolutely.
Than ever before.
Yeah.
And if you ever need anything, like if you need accommodation or where to go or anything, just write us in the comment or in our Facebook page or something, and we can help you with anything you want to do here.
Anything
good areas to stay. And,
and that's anything. We're not talking about just things that we're involved in. We're happy to connect you with other people. We have connections with different dive centers, different hotels. I mean, we're happy to help you guys out. If you have questions, that's what we're here for.
Yeah,
let's make a round in your own language.
What?
Ask questions in your own language.
اوكي. ممكن تسأل اللي انت عايزه بالعربي، اي حاجة عايز تسأل عليها من بخصوص كورونا، بخصوص ازاي تيجي هنا، اي رحلات، اي معلومات ممكن تسألها بالعربي وهرد عليك.
Ja, als je iets wil vragen over hoe het hier gaat allemaal in Dahab en wat er allemaal gebeurt, wat er hier allemaal mogelijk is, wat is leuk om te doen, vraag het in het Nederlands en stel je vragen en wij kunnen die vragen beantwoorden. Herman en ik, wij spreken Nederlands, dus vraag gerust.
¿Cómo están? Estábamos diciendo si tienen cualquier consulta que nos pueden mandar por chat. Mandar mensaje, todo que quieren saber sobre hoteles o capaz que actividades que quieren hacer o tienen interés, estamos aquí para ayudarles y estamos felices que nos visiten.
Any questions you have in any language?
Roman can do all of it.
Japanese, Korean.
So just fire ahead,
Okei, ja voitte myöskin suomeksi lähettää kysymyksiä, jos on mitään kysyttävää majoituksesta tai lennoista tai järjestelyistä täällä tai sukeltamisesta tai vapaasukelluksesta tai mistä tahansa muustakaan aiheesta, niin antaa palaa. Också på svenska ni kan fråga.
Oh, you made that up. That's no, that was not real. I know. Then we're always saying that.
I have to say, I like the Spanish more.
like
it's more romantic.
Is that a real language that you're speaking? Like, no.
Where's Kel?
Bruno always says that Finnish is a made-up language.
Yeah. Definitely. It doesn't sound like a real language.
Well, be safe. We hope to see you.
Definitely come here.
We love you all. We thank you for watching us, and we're just waiting to welcome you here and eventually waiting to go visit other places as well.
Yeah,
so
for sure. Yeah.
Actually, the Corona gave us a chance to go travel around the Sinai and see all these beautiful places and bring it to you live in a we go for 2-3 days and we'll bring it for you in a short video, 15 minutes or something.
So next week.
Well, Naomi's.
Hopefully
Naomi's.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's take a look at the 6,500 years old.
5,000.
5,000 year old tombs.
The oldest freestanding
structures
in the world.
Yes. Older than the pyramids.
Yeah.
Wow. Just say.
Older than the pyramids.
That's crazy.
Thank you for
tonight.
Thanks
for watching.
Bye.
See you soon.